Okay y'all, welcome back to one of my video diaries that I didn't make for 2 months that we're not going to talk about. So I guess today I kind of want to go over and kind of just circle back to the Fight Club shoot that I did this past summer. And I feel like that shoot made history. That what really got me into like Afrofuturism and like using like my spiritual practices and my philosophy and my beliefs and incorporating it within my artwork, right? So if you ever watch Fight Club, they have, you know, like the three main characters. There's Edward Norton, there's Tyler Durden, and there's Marla Singer. One of my main guys played Edward Norton. He represents soul, and I had him go up against Tyler Durden, which generally personified version of ego. Like that's what it represents within the movie, which is why I use these two people to display that within the shoot. And the shoot itself is just about surrendering to one's soul, and if you have to fight or stand up for yourself, do it in grace. Sometimes people don't deserve grace, you know what I mean? Like it all comes down to you and how your soul is and who you are as a person. But if you just continue to fight with ego and like Tyler Durden, then you're gonna get burnt out. And also the shoot also kind of discusses like ego within toxic masculinity, not necessarily just men, but ego still plays a hand in that. It's like you could see the guy that represents ego, you could see him with boxing gloves on and gear, you could see him in like an outfit that's more performative versus Edward Norton, the guy who represents soul. You could see him in all white, something that's flowing, something that's just coming from the heart. Like he even have wrist wraps on and no gloves. Edward, you can see shots of him with like blood on him, but like that kind of represents that he won the fight, even though he didn't have as much gear as ego did. Soul still won the fight, and he fought from his heart and pour everything that he had into there, hence like the blood and the attire. And the Marla character just kind of represented how like what you put out in the world is what's reflected within your inner world. And that's how we see her, like orange hues and yellow hues, kind of leaning towards ego side a little, and not like framed, but like, well, I guess there's some frames and like those little group shots I got. Green is more leaning towards like soul and just being in touch with the earth and just with oneself. The really cool thing about this is that it really pushed me forward into exploring what type of photography that I wanted to do. When I think about solar films, I think about solar, of course, I knew it was space, whatever, but it really just gave me like this dystopian, futuristic feels. And it actually ended up heavily inspiring the unofficial part 2 of the Fight Club, which is the shadow work shoot. And this was actually a 9-month gap, so I had like 100 shoots between those two, but something made me want to cycle back. And I will be talking about the shadow work shoot in my next video diary whenever I sit down and make it. It'll be funny if I made it in these exact